Hello, I'm Steve. Thanks for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and I'm just going to go right into the overall dimensions, but first I'll just mention that there is a translucent glass top. I'm not sure if that's actually glass or plexiglass, but in case there is a glass top up here that we need to address. Now, I do know that they are going to have some beams coming across here. The actual plans are not 100% set yet, so the biggest question they have for me is, what is the clearances or distance between these beams coming across here that they need in order to place a heater between those safely. So that's that one question. But the one question they didn't ask is referencing this plexiglass on top and how high off that it will need to be. So there will be an issue with that we need to deal with. So all right, let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. Overall dimensions of the patio itself is going to be 24.2 by 11. Now the only space they want to heat is this portion right over here, this dining portion here. And then I have just this reference of about an 8-foot height on the top of the these beams or the structure here. I should also just place on here a dimension for here to over here, so we know what that truly is, and I have that at 14 feet. I believe that's more than they want. I have a table here set up for 8. It might be a little bit shorter than that. If it was shorter, it'd probably be at least 2 feet shorter than that, I would imagine. All right, so let's go ahead and turn that off. Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. So I do have these beams set at 1 foot 10 inches apart from each other. So the opening, the gap between the two, is 1 foot 10. And the answer to the question they had before was, how much space do I need? This is the answer right here for a CD model. This is 1 foot 8 and 3/16, and that'll give you 6 inches of clearance on either side, plus the heater itself, which is the 8 and 3/16 of an inch wide. So let's see if there's anything else here. I think that's about it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off those dimensions, and the unit that I'm going to place in here at first will be the CD model. So this is a CD6024. Now they stated that they had a friend that put some heaters in, or they referenced to, and they used the CD6024s in their patio, and they would like that same option. However, I would not put this option in here unless they had a control system. Now, they live in a colder climate during the winter, but this would be probably too hot the majority of the season. So just looking at CD6024, that's a 6,000 watt 240 volt 25 amp heater each. But you can see that if we did place these here, we have plenty of clearance between that at that space that I provided. However, we do need that minimum space as well that I mentioned before. So just going back to that, you can see this is the minimum, and this is what I physically actually have here. So in any case, yeah, we can meet the clearances with the space I have here. And let me turn that off. And then, of course, the clearance below the heater. Let's put that on. Clearance below the heater must be at the same elevation as the bottom of these beams. So this bottom part of the heater itself needs to be at the same elevation, so that we're meeting the 18 inches of clearance below the heater itself. So you can see that. And then if we look at the footprint of heat, you can see with this size table, we're heating up this whole 14-foot dimension size, and you can see that we've skipped this opening. We have a heater there, skip, and then a heater over here. So I think that would be a nice application, provided that you do have it with a control system. So all right, let me just turn that off for right now, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what a slimline would look like. Slimline would be the same in the same location as the other ones. However, it's a lot less intense. So the intensity is designed for this. This is a slimline 4,000 watt. The intensity is designed for this application height, and it would work fine like that. And this is 2 slimline units. Now, I personally would prefer the slimline above the CD in this application because I think it blends in well with the beams going across. But it'd be up to that particular person for their choice on that. All right, one other thing I need to speak of, and this is going to be in reference to both units. So with the slimline, you can see that my bracket's actually physically into the rooftop of this plexiglass or glass rooftop, and you would need to actually physically lift all this stuff up. So we would need to lift it up, a few inches in order to, meet those clearances to combustibles, or rather, just the clearances itself. Now, if it's glass, then there's not a clearance to combustible. However, I would be very hesitant on, I just lifted it up a few inches here now, but I would be very hesitant on placing any plexiglass or glass within that clearance area. So definitely want to make sure that you are meeting that clearance. Now I'm going to just tap this other one back on here. I don't think I have that actual clearance proper here. So here's the CD model, and with the 6 inches of clearance above the unit itself. So maybe some spacers, that support this glass rooftop here and here. And then also I just might mention that, let's see if I can show this here. Yeah, so you can see that this rooftop is at a slope. You cannot place these heaters at a slope. They need to be level. So if there's a slope that you're attaching it to, what you would end up doing is just extending one bracket. You could put like a spacer between, this bar and this bar, just a steel spacer or sheet metal piece that would just allow you to extend that actual distance if you are going to place it on some sort of structure that is at a slope. Okay, I think that's about it. And so the last other thing, they do have this other space out here, and if you wanted to heat up a space like that, then you might consider placing some in-ground sun glow heaters. These are gas heaters. There's 50,000 BTUs a piece. They heat up a nice area. I just kind of haphazardly placed them about 10 foot center to center, and then I just wanted you to also see that there is what they call a underground vault box. So these posts can actually just pop right out of the ground with a quick connect feature in the ground itself. You can see that there's the structure itself. Here's the post coming all the way down into the underground vault box itself, and then there's be a gas line that comes up through the center here with a quick connect feature that you would connect and disconnect the gas line to itself. So just something else to think about if that's something they want to keep warm as well. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and again, please tap that like button. We do not advertise, we're not monetized, therefore YouTube does not promote our channel unless we receive your thumbs up, and we thank you so much for doing that. Thank you and have an excellent day.